Fall is the best time of year, the chilly weather, Thanksgiving, and especially Halloween. But I doubt most of you know where Halloween came from. Allow me to enlighten you. Today we will go over four main points. Early, early origins, Roman Christian interactions, moving to the States, and its modern form. Now let's take it back 2,000 years to the steppes of Western Europe and Ireland that the nomadic Celts called home. At the end of every harvest season on November 1st, the Celts celebrated their new year. The shift from the warm, lush summer to the dark and unforgiving winter was associated with death. On the night before their new year, they celebrated Samhain. It was believed that on this night, the realm of the living and the realm of the dead were closest. On the night of October 31st, it was believed that spirits of the dead would escape the underworld and come to the realm of the living. The ancient Celts believed that these spirits stirred up chaos and destroyed crops. Although the spirits were generally considered to be evil, the ancient Celts believed their presence made it easier to make predictions and prophecies of the future. Ancient Celts relied on these prophecies due to the inherently volatile and unpredictable winters they would experience. To celebrate the event, Druids would construct large bonfires and burn sacrificial offerings. People would dress in the costumes of dead animal skins and skulls in an attempt to terrorize and confuse the spirits. Around AD 43, the regions the Celts inhabited were conquered by the Roman Empire. Two Roman harvest holidays melded with Samhain. For Aurelia, the day the Romans commemorated their dead, and the festival of Pomona, who was the goddess of apples and fertility. This is where the tradition of bobbing for apples is believed to come from. Throughout the next 200 years, Christianity spread in Rome until 313 AD, when Emperor Constantine passed the Edict of Milan, making Rome's primary religion Christianity. In the early 7th century, Pope Boniface IV dedicated the Pantheon in Rome to commemorate Christian martyrs. Later on, Pope Gregory III extended this holiday to all saints as well. Around this time, Christianity had finally spread to the western regions that the Celts inhabited. In an attempt to change the pagan holiday into something more Christian, the church declared that October 31st would become All Souls' Day. All Souls' Day was celebrated in a similar fashion as Samhain, but with changes to make it less pagan, such as people dressing as angels and devils, and the church also banned any pagan offerings and soothsaying. All Souls' Day was celebrated on the eve of All Saints' Day, and in the Celtic language, saints were called Hallows, hence it was known as All Hallows' Eve. Later on, this was shortened into All Hallows' Eve, which was further shortened into Halloween. Now let's see how Halloween transitioned from a day of occult paganism with traces of Catholicism into the fun-loving, candy-packed holiday we know today. Halloween had a hard time reaching the States due to the fact that the first colonists were almost all Protestants, and Halloween was a Catholic holiday. As more and more immigrants from Europe arrived to the States, they brought more and more modern aspects of Halloween, such as the Irish, who brought the tradition of carving pumpkins from the legend of Stingy Jack, a man who was condemned to walk the earth after he was banned from heaven and hell with nothing but a carved-out turnip containing a burning coal. The Americas did not have turnips in Ireland's abundance, so Irish settlers had to settle on carving pumpkins instead. Another product of the mixing of European and American traditions was trick-or-treating, which came from England's All Souls' Day parades, in which people would go door to door begging for food in exchange for praying for a family's dead relatives. The church liked this because it was not only giving to the poor, but was Christian in nature. Throughout the next couple of years, as Halloween continued to spread and normalize, a new distinct American version of Halloween emerged. The first celebrations were small community events where people would get together, celebrate the harvest, and tell stories of the dead. Throughout the next couple of years, Halloween grew and grew until the 1930s. By this time, Halloween was a completely secular holiday, almost completely removed from its origins of occult paganism and Catholicism. Unfortunately, over the next couple of years, Halloween was increasingly becoming an opportunity for young adults to indulge in acts of vandalism and occultism. So in the 1950s, Halloween was shifted towards a younger demographic. This is where the holiday we know and love today officially started. From there, Halloween has completely taken off, becoming a highly commercialized and lucrative holiday. On average, Americans spend $6 billion on Halloween. From from the hills of Ireland to the suburbia of America, Halloween has certainly come a long way and will continue to grow and change over time. Thank you.